Hey guys, hope you're well. It's Tim from Hobgoblin's Hideaway. Just coming to you with the third video for our CBCS unboxing. A few little small comics in here this time, nothing major. Everybody else's submissions have already gone out to you, so you should get a knock at the door anytime today. Some really great results in there, so I'm sure a lot of you are going to be happy. We've got a couple of submissions already over with CBCS, waiting grading at the moment, including our biggest ever that has just left the UK. Thank you very much for all the support you're giving us, and long may it continue. Any more questions about grading or anything like that, just give us a shout, and thank you for supporting the group. I'll try and make this a much quicker video than normal. I know they tend to drag on a little bit, so let's just get straight to it with the grading. Again, as usual, don't know any of these grades. They've all been sorted for me. I have no idea what's here. I've got some expectations. Whether they'll be hit or not, I'm not too sure, but we'll soon see. Okay, guys. Right. So we've got a copy of Vader Down, signed by Dave Prowse. Unfortunately, passed not too long ago. Books seem to have gone through the roof for him. Wasn't a perfect copy. Probably I'd be expecting maybe a 9.4, but who knows with the way gradings are at the moment. So let's have a look at that one, shall we? Oh, a 9.0. Probably worse than I expected. I knew there was a couple of spine nicks. We'll definitely have to have a look at that one and see what was wrong with it on the grading notes. One of the bonuses, as we've talked about before with CBCS, is having all the grading notes to hand, and they're free. You can always find out what's gone wrong with your book before you then reconsider a cracking of the slab, sending it off to someone like James again for pressing. You win some, you lose some. Let's just crack on with those. Okay, copy of Stillwater 1. Fantastic book. If you haven't already read it, I'm not a big reader. You all probably know that already. Really enjoying this series so far. I think it's up to issue 5. I've read issues 1 to 3, but really enjoying it as a series. But just thought, I may as well grade this one. Got a couple of copies of issue 1, so I thought I might as well send one off for grading and wait and hope for something in the future. 9.8, excellent. That's what you expect with a modern new release comic. Anything below 9.6, 9.8 is pretty disappointing in my view on a new release comic. So happy with that, but expected. Okay, Black Panther. This is literally just a recasing. My old case was a bit scuffed, a bit damaged, so I sent it off for a brand new case for CBCS. So the grade should be exactly the same as what it was before. Nothing should have changed, or I hope at least it hasn't. And a 9.8. That one will go back up in the shop very soon. I think we had that one at £200. So if anyone wants to snap that one up, signed by John Tyler Christopher as well. Beautiful, beautiful cover in a nice new case. Okay, so Spider-Woman 5. This was Big Time Collectibles and Slab City, I believe. I'm really not a big fan of the Spider-Man 300 homage covers, as we've talked about before. I've just loved the colours and how this one popped, so I couldn't resist. I picked up a trade and a Virgin variant. This one's the Virgin. I've still got the trade in stock, but wanted to at least get the Virgin graded. Again, with these kind of modern books, you expect a perfect grade, or as near to as you possibly can. And again, 9.8 on that one. It is truly is a lovely cover. Not one I expect to grow in value, but just one that looks nice to have in the collection. Okay, Frankie's Comics. So yes, my Clone Wars Battle Tales, Momoko, Darth Maul cover. Picked this one up recently. Again, modern comics, you're expecting the best, but I truly really like these covers at the moment. So just something for the personal collection. and another 9.8. We're having run a bit of a roll today, guys. So really, really happy with that one. Would have liked the Virgin cover, just haven't been able to get it for the right kind of price at the moment. Department of Truth. Yeah, Department of Truth. This one is the Frizon, Jenny Frizon variant. Again, just comics that we've got in stock from my own personal collection that I thought deserved a nice little grade. Not expecting the world for any of these books value-wise, but it's just something to add to the collection. So many books are turning hot with spec at the moment, whether that's a TV show, whether it's a film, whether it's just a rumour mill starting. So you can never be too careful. But sometimes with a book like this, I try and protect it before it sits in a box for a couple of years. So, and another 9.8. I think I might throw out anything that's not a 9.8 today. Lucky dog, I think. And this is this is the standard cover of Department of Truth #1. Again, picked them both up at the same time. As far as I could see, there wasn't really any defects on this one, so I'm kind of expecting the same. There we go, another 9.8. Fantastic. I haven't even read the set. I've got a few of these issues. I think I've got 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 at the moment. Haven't even delved into that one yet, so it'd be interesting to know if any of you guys have read it, what you think of that comic, whether it's worth a read, or whether everybody just jumped on board again because of the spec. Okay, so Spawn #1, my black and white. This one was pretty beat up. Quite a few spine ticks, as you'd expect on a black cover. Unfortunately, because it is a black cover, they do stand out a lot more. So I kind of put this down towards the 8s. It may be higher. I don't know. Like I said, it's just a case of spine ticks on black will often make it look a lot worse than it is. So, but didn't really pay anything for this one. So anything's a bonus. An 8.5. So not too far off on the grading. You can see the blunted corners. You can see the spine ticks. But still a great issue to own. We had that up for sale raw quite a while back, but we'll put it up again now. Now it's graded. We'll put it back up for sale on that one. Captain Marvel. I think this is the it's the Campbell, one of the Campbell covers. Variant C of the direct sales from Campbell. Really enjoy his art. But I tend to find that I like one variant within a series rather than all of them. When it's just a case of the foot has moved position or one of the arms has moved position or it's just a costume change, but on the exact same character. I feel when you're doing variants A to E or A to F, I think it's a bit much to be looking at myself. So I tend to kind of pick up the odd one here and there that I enjoy from each series, but really like this cover. A lot of Spider-Man characters featuring on the cover as well, so always good for me. And it's signed by the man himself. And Perfect comes back at 9.8, so that one's definitely going up for sale in the shop and online. So don't hesitate. That should be up any time today, guys. Okay, Cyberpunk 2077. A lot of rumour about this when it first came out. I think it's purely a spec book. I think it'll drop off and until anything pushes forward on it. Obviously, I know the game finally did get released. Not something I've played, but I think it fell down when it first got released and needed immediate patching. Not that we need to go into video games as such, but you know, it's one of those things. It was just something that was nice that came out. Again, picked it up straight from the day release, so I'm expecting big things for it. And another 9.8. Excellent. So a lovely little cover, but not something I've read, not something I've even looked into. It was just something that was sitting in stock right from day one release. Okay, the Man of Steel, John Byrne, signature Roy. I'm sure you'll be interested. Had this one in the collection a little while, just never thought to send it off. Man of Steel #1. Not a signature that you can find very often. From what I'm aware, he's not too happy about doing many signatures, so not something you're going to find in every single shop or at auction on a regular basis. So happy to have this one in. Will be up for offer for you guys as well very soon. And a 7.5. So, like I said, I knew it had some element of spine ticks, spine damage. I tend to try and stay away from the comics that aren't in a perfect condition. With a verified signature, obviously the cost starts building up when you're looking at verified. But obviously this is one that I didn't want to pass on, purely because, like I said, it doesn't pop up very often. So happy to have that one. Flying through them today, guys. Okay, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I've already got one copy of this up in the shop. I think it was a 9.6. I think this is probably around about the same kind of level. Not expecting a 9.8. Be happy if it is. But again, with the cartoon looming, we'll see what this one starts to do. It's not the first appearance of Devil Dinosaur. He obviously did appear in Devil Dinosaur #1, which we've got in stock as well. But it was the first appearance of Moon Girl with him as well. So another 9.6. So we've got two of those in the shop now, guys. Pure spec book. I think this one's going to start jumping forward as soon as we actually start seeing something of the TV show, of the cartoon. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of that one. And I think it's going to start moving forward. Web of Spider-Man 90. I've actually got the whole set of these holograms. It was the very first comics that I classed as a collectible. Back when I was a kid, I had all the 4 colours and was always really happy to have them. It's obviously only now that I've gone back through and now picked them up. I've got 9.8 in all the other 3. Again, it's a difficult one to buy. I'm forever buying copies of this book and the other holograms, forever getting them back. Much lower grade than a 9.8, so it's very difficult to find them in perfect condition. I know some of them are still in their poly bags. As we all know, polybag can have damage to the comic as well, and then needs a press once it's been removed from that. But this one's in a nice condition. It'll do for now. I can see some element of a spine tick. Not many though, so not expecting it to be too low though. Okay, I'm very happy with that. A 9.8. We've got the whole collection in 9.8. Can definitely see a couple of spine ticks. Can definitely see a blunted corner. This kind of maybe goes hand in hand with Amazing Spider-Man 365 that I've got. Is a 9.8. It's actually a qualified label from CGC. It's double signed. But I've never sent it off for a re-slabbing via CBCS because of the spine ticks. It's got 2 to 3 really big spine ticks on the cover and still got graded as a 9.8. So whether that's a known defect and is being completely bypassed on all these hologram comics, I can't tell you at the moment. I don't know. I'm happy to have a 9.8 on it, but it's a little bit confusing on these particular titles. I know CBCS grade quite harshly in a lot of people's views, but again, that's part of why I like them. I know I'm getting a comic that is usually going to be exactly what it says on the tin. If it says a 9.8, it's a 9.8. So I'm a little bit surprised with that one. Maybe a closer examination, make sure it is a spine tick and not part of the web artwork, but I'm sure it's a spine tick, but maybe it's known defects on that particular issue. There we go. Okay, Sad Lemon exclusive. One of the Vampirella, is it Vampirella 11, I believe? Yeah, Vampirella 11, Momoko cover, Sad Lemon exclusive. Really like this artwork when it come out. I believe it's one of the bloody covers as well. Yeah, the bloody exclusive. Just a really nice cover. There's so many Vampirella and Red Sonja books out at the moment. I'm quite picky on which ones I pick up and which ones I don't. Got quite a lot in stock of some of the really nice variants. So it's not something I kind of throw my money at the moment, but this was a cover that I really liked. So 9.6. I'm actually a little bit disappointed with that, purely because it is a brand new book. I didn't pick it up direct from Sad Lemon though. So there's always the opportunity for some element of defect to have kind of happened while you've got multiple owners. It's not bad. A 9.6 is never bad, but I do like my 9.8s today. So a little bit disappointed that one hasn't kind of kept with the trend. Got a feeling that these are all in upside down at the moment, guys, so just bear with me a little bit. Okay, Vampirella, Hell on Earth, I believe. My black leather ash can, signed by Louis Small Jr. I just really like some of these books. Some of these kind of variant books and the ash cans, they look fantastic. The black leather, I've got quite a few of the black leather comics in regards to Razor, who's not a character that many people have kind of come across. London Knights, I believe, was the publisher for Razor. I might be wrong on that one, but I'm sure it was London Knights. I've got quite a few of these black leather covers and they look fantastic. I'm not too sure if the camera's going to pick it up right. In person, they look awesome. So just one that was really nice to have. It's limited to 250 copies, signed. 1,000 copies in total that were a convention exclusive. You kind of expect at least a 9.8 from a black leather though, so that's what I'm hoping for, but you never know, it might be even higher. Excellent, 9.9. Really, really pleased with that. I was only talking to the wife about this one last night, I believe, that when you have got a black leather comic, you do expect a better grade. She at the time obviously would have known it was a 9.9 and didn't let on at all while she sorted the books out for me. We'll have words. But yeah, really, really, really pleased about that one, guys. Really happy. Got a couple of 9.9s in stock now, so starting to build, starting to grow. Horizon Zero Dawn, an art germ. This is the gold. Just this very small area. There was a gold, there was a silver, I think there's a red. Loads of different variants. Never read the book at all. But I know when Art had a few of these come out, when the title first released, Art had a few variants come out. So really like his artwork. It's a beautiful cover. So I thought I'd pick that one up. Was a Forbidden Planet purchase. So, you know, it's anyone's guess what kind of condition you're going to get when they turn up. I really should move away from them. If there's any great subscription comic stores out there that want to take on a few subscriptions, by all means, you know, give me a shout. Let's have a chat about it so I can move my books away. I like the convenience of using their Forbidden Planet's website to some extent. I like the fact that I pay for it in advance. Sorry, I don't. I pay for it when it actually gets dispatched, I should say. But I just don't like the quality of their comics. So one thing I do like is the fact that if a comic turns up and it's got a couple of spine ticks, I can send it back, regardless if that would be classed as a 9.4, classed as near mint, and acceptable by a lot of people's standards. If I've paid 20, 30 quid for a comic and I'm not happy with that because it's got a couple of ticks, Forbidden Planet, in fairness, do allow me to return it. I can either get a refund or they can send me another copy that they've treated just as badly, and it's probably even worse, in a worse condition than that one. But would be happy to have a chat with any subscription comic stores that are out there so I can start moving some money across to you guys. So let's have a look at this one. Saying that, I could be proved wrong. It could be a 9.8 after all that kind of bad mouthing of them, but you never know. There we go. Love Forbidden Planet. Fantastic place. Not many left now, guys. It's only a small box for me this time. The rest have gone out to everybody else. X-Men Gold, number 1. Another Campbell. Really like these covers on this. I'm sure there was a couple of them, again, that were very similar in position. Yeah, they're all shown on the back, actually. Not too sure if you guys can see that, but exactly the same character pose Storm's got a couple of different haircuts. Colossus has got a couple of different outfit changes. It's such a limited change for a variant, which can cost quite a bit of money. So I try and pick the one I like the most. Like I said before, nice Campbell signature. The kind of two-tone, three-tone kind of colouring of this it is really what kind of catches the eye on it. A couple of first appearances as well, and another 9.8. So we're doing really well today on these guys. We're hitting mostly 9.8s. So I'm really pleased with that one. X-Men Blue, again, same situation. This is the cover C. All the same posing, just different costumes along the way. But again, that kind of limited colour effect of this with a nice big Campbell signature, which kind of complements this particular book, I think. And another 9.8. So those are going straight up for sale. So be on the lookout for those guys. Wouldn't mind some feedback as well. Do you guys like how we do the batches of comics at the moment, where we'll put a kind of photo album up and drop all the comics on there for you guys to have a look at, and then ask for the prices? Or is that too much hard work for you having to ask for the prices? For us and our kind of side of things at the moment, because we've got so much stock here, sometimes it works quicker for us to just literally throw all the images on. If someone's interested, we can get the prices on. It will be the same price as if we did it in advance. We're not trying to take advantage of anyone, but it just makes life a little bit easier. It allows us to kind of get comics out to you guys quicker. We could spend weeks and weeks and weeks photographing the 30,000 odd comics that we've got in stock, only to find out that after you list 100, 120 comics or so, that no one's interested in those particular titles. So it's a very long-winded process, which is why we're trying to do it the way we are. But I'd love some feedback, guys. Let me know. Does that work for you? Does it not? Is it a bit of an inconvenience for you? Or is it really cool that you can kind of see an overview of exactly what we've got in and of what's coming in all the time? So just let me know, guys. Okay, so Batman Who Laughs, number 1, the Warren Lowe variants. This is variant C. It's the more expensive of the three of them. It's a beautiful cover, another homage cover. But it's got a lovely signature. I'm not too sure if the camera's going to pick that one up properly or not. Lovely red signature used in there. It's very discreet. Kind of blends itself into the cover very well. But it is a beautiful cover. And another 9.8. So we've done really well. I'm really pleased. Everything that's modern, other than the one Vampirella book, has pretty much come back a 9.8. So really happy with those results. Like I said before, guys, that's all for the comics today. I've got absolutely loads coming back from CBCS over the next few weeks and months. We've got some really big books coming back, hopefully in about 2 weeks' time. And then another 4 weeks or so after that, we should have some huge books in stock. I'm not a massive fan of vintage comics. They've always been a much slower process for us when we do the comic shows. But we've invested a little bit into some really nice vintage books that are going to go straight up for sale, guys. So be on the look of them. Some absolute stunners. Appreciate you all watching again. I think the boy has had enough and has just gone completely to sleep. Hopefully you guys are still watching it and not in the same situation as the dog. But thank you for watching, guys. Appreciate all your support. Keep an eye out for the group. We are very close to the 450 milestone members again, so we'll do another giveaway draw. One thing I mentioned recently in one of my posts is that we're going to change the way we do the draws slightly. There's a lot of people that are not watching the giveaway videos, and that's cool. You don't have to. I cannot force you to watch them. However, we're giving stuff away, and the first time anyone knows that they've won anything is when we make contact with them, because they haven't watched the video. So the last video, I think, was 1 minute 40. We're not asking for a lot of your time, but just have a quick watch of it. You might be the winner. You may have already missed out on something that you're completely oblivious to. So the next few giveaways, what we're going to do is you're going to opt into them for anyone that wants to be part of the draw. If that means that we only have a draw of 75 people in a group of 450, then so be it. More than happy to to be giving the prizes away to the people that are interacting in the group, the people that are watching, are interested in the group, rather than people that have potentially joined because their mate has told them to join, to give them an extra chance of winning something. Much as we love everybody in the group and we want as many group members as we can, it needs to be something where we can interact, we can help people with information that we've got. We can sell the books to the people with whatever they're looking for. But it just kind of works both ways. We're here to help. We're here to get stuff graded for you guys. We're here to give you books at a good price if we can, and provide all the help and information we can. Appreciate all your time, guys. Hopefully I'll catch you very soon. I'm going to try and do a couple of videos where I'm not necessarily reviewing comic books, because I don't think I'm in a position to suddenly, having only just started reading comics, to start telling people about the story, about the content, etc., etc. But there are a few sets that I have read that I would recommend that people pick up. So I'm going to do a very short video in the next coming week or so with just a few of the series that I have picked up and have enjoyed, that I could recommend, and then I'll leave it down to you guys. There'll be no spoiler, there'll be no plot breakdown, etc. I'll try and keep it as basic as I can, to make sure I don't spoil any comics for anyone, but hopefully you guys will enjoy that as well. For now, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Cheers, guys. Take care.